I got a real treat for you today. A great lesson. So follow me.
Gary Giroux is the best animal trainer in the world. He cares about the animals and he treats them with respect and he loves the animals, and that's important.
We search far and wide, worldwide, for the right creatures. Most of these crows we brought from America.
These are African pied crows. Her name is Cheyenne. She's about 3 years old. Typically found throughout Africa, raised in captivity in California. Hand-raised babies are much better than wild-caught babies. When you first get them, you get them used to your voice, hand-feeding them, take them around with you so they can see everything. You raise them on the movie sets. Come on. Then you start flying them A to B, person to person, and then you start teaching them little tricks.
In Harry Potter 3, we used the bats quite a bit, mainly in Hagrid's hut. They did a lot of flying around. The director, Alfonso, loved them, so he wanted them more and more all the time. And it was quite a challenge training them. Matter of fact, a lot of people didn't think we could do it. We used a food reward system. They loved banana. They became very handleable very quickly. They're really neat. I mean, it was probably my favorite animal that I've ever worked. They were so much fun. We'd fly them in 3 or 4s, and it was very challenging, very much like the owls, flying them the exact same way.
Right, smart bird you got there, Mr. Potter.
This is Wotan. And actually, he's one of the 4 snowy owls we have play the Hedwig character in Harry Potter. Snowy owls, along with the other owls that we see in the film, have all been trained to do different behaviors, which is hard for an owl because owls in general aren't the most intelligent of animals. So they've had to learn to do a lot of things that they wouldn't normally or characteristically do. A lot of people, they see the Harry Potter films and they think that these animals make great pets, and they really don't. They're not domesticated. They're totally wild animals. It seems so simple when you see it in a movie and easy, but in real life, it's a constant 8 to 12-hour day taking care of these animals.
You know the Egyptians used to worship cats?
Yeah, along with a dung beetle.
You're going to meet Crackerjack, who plays Crookshanks. He's not been seen before. This is his first film. But before we film with him, he has to go into hair and makeup because he's beautifully groomed. So we have to make him look manky and disgusting. Basically, every time we groom him, we keep any undercoat that comes out, and then I spend my evenings making little mats. And all I do is the fur that he loses, he sheds, I just roll into a little ball and I attach them to a little tiny clip, and then attach the clip to his fur so he looks really scruffy and matted. We then have some jelly and put it on his eyes to make them look all weepy so he's not so handsome. And then we have a little bit of brown eyeshadow that we put on his face to make him just look a little bit more like he's cross. And then he's ready to work. Oh, good boy.
There's a bulldog character, Rupert. We had a great deal of fun with him. To start with, they're basically good-hearted, but they've got some aggression in there. And the work that we had to do with him on the show had a lot to do with aggression. They had the most fun with that behavior, the bulldogs did. We have lots of miscellaneous animals in the show, more than on the other shows. The hippo was great fun. She's great old, ancient old pygmy hippopotamus, and she was very cool. She cruised around all day. People react in different ways to having animals on the set. We're sort of a variable element for directors. The rest of the crew usually really gets into the animals.
Before I got into the Harry Potter world, to be honest, I was a little squeamish about bats. I was not a big fan of it. You know, I didn't want to go hang out with bats. I did not particularly think rats were that attractive. But what happens is you see these animals and the care, and they're on the set, and they're actually suddenly pretty cute. You sort of become Hagrid. You have a new appreciation for these animals.
You're alive! I'm gonna keep a closer eye on your pets, Ron.